I'm Brad J. This is Tame Your Talent, and today we are doing Speaking Techniques Part 2. It's the sequel to Speaking Techniques. I didn't even know you could have a sequel for Speaking Techniques, but we have one, and we're going to talk about it, okay? When announcing Speaking Techniques Part 2. In the first one, we covered a bunch of stuff, really important stuff, kind of your basics, but in this one, I really want to go over delivery and how you deliver your product as an announcer. Also, knowing your event, I want to talk about that, and knowing your role. What is your role in this event? What do you expect? And what are the expectations on your back from the people that are hiring you? So let's talk delivery. How do you talk about this one? Know where you're going, okay? Now, I talked about this Speaking Techniques Part 1. You gotta know where you're going, okay? So anytime your producer or director tells you, okay, start talking about what's coming up, and you're talking about what's coming up, before you get to the end and then have to ask him that uncomfortable, hey, what are we supposed to do now while you're still on the mic? You don't have to do that if they tell you where you're going. So ask them where you're going after you're gonna talk. So what I like to do is this. Hey, Brad, go in and say hello to the crowd, tell them the competition's coming up, okay? And then I'll ask my director, okay, how long do you need me to speak for? And they'll say, oh, let's say about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes, I can do that. And I go, well, when I'm done, where do you want me to go? And they'll say, oh, we're going to go to a video about skateboarding in the downtown city area. Oh, okay, so you want me to go 2 to 3 minutes and then toss to a video about skateboarding. Okay, I got that. So I'll break the mic and I'll go on there and I'll talk the whole time for the 2 to 3 minutes. But in my mind, I know when I need to close up, I know where I'm going. And that's the thing. You got to know where you're going and know how to close. So you don't say, and here is a video about skateboarding downtown. Like, come on. So that's not gonna work, all right? So how do you close, all right? So you learn how to tease that, an opportunity like, and when we come back, or what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take a look at some of the benefits of skateboarding downtown in such an amazing place like this. Check it out. It's all about getting on your skateboard and riding downtown. Check it out. And see, that's a good way to do it. So know how you're gonna do it. Just don't have that uncomfortable like, and this is a video about, or we're going to go to some commercials. You don't need to do that, okay? When you go to commercials, you don't say you're going to commercials. When you go to commercials, what you do on that is you say what's coming up after the commercials. So we're gonna take a quick break, but after the break, when we come back, we're gonna get into the meat of things. Like, that's how you do that, okay? That's the close. Know where you're going, know how to close. And I talked about it in Speaking Techniques Part 1, lead in, tease out. When you're coming in, you're talking about what's coming up. When you're getting out and going somewhere, you're talking about what's coming up when you come back. Lead in, tease out. Know your event. Oh my goodness. Give me a second. Do you know how many times, and it's even happened to me, how many people that I've seen as announcers come out to do an event and don't even know the proper name of the event? I've seen people come out at major competitions that shall remain nameless at this situation and not be able to get the name of the event correct. How do you not get the name of an event correct? If you're being hired to announce an event, please get the correct name on how you say it. There is nothing worse than trying to show off. You get this job, you're there to announce, you're gonna make everyone happy, everyone's gonna wanna hire you again. You come out and the first thing you do is you screw up the name of the event that you're there to announce. There's a proper name for every event. And if you got a question about it, ask the darn people that hired you. They will tell you the proper name for the event. Now, very important nowadays, social media, so importante. Here's the deal with social media. Know the hashtags. Once again, come out to an event, don't guess what the hashtags for an event are on social media. Know what the hashtag is. Know what the Instagram title is. Know what the Twitter is. Know what the Facebook page is. Know how to get there. Know what the proper name is. Know the name of the event. Know the social media. Please know that stuff. Especially if you go through this school, this class, and you learn all this stuff from me, and then you go and just blow it and not know the event, come on, that doesn't look good for me either. So know your name of the event, know the social media, very important. Also, know your role, right? Slow your roll, know your role. Okay, now here's the deal on that. You have a role as an announcer. What are the expectations of you? What are you supposed to be doing? What is your role at this event? Are you the host announcer? Are you the guy who does all the commercials, who plays the scoring games, who introduces the athlete? Is that you? Are you the color guy who talks a little bit about each of the athletes because he's the professional, he's got the insight? Are you that guy? Are you the host? Are you the color? What are you? Know your role. Are you the reporter? Are you just doing interviews? I mean, all those are important roles, but you need to know what that role is, okay? Have an idea what that entire role is and what it consists of, all right? How do you fit in with the role that you're being expected to perform? And how do you fit in with all three? Work together, all right? Don't make it about you, because if you're in this together and you're working with two other announcers or one other announcer, it's all about how you guys pull the show off. And if you're not doing a good job and you want to be stubborn because you don't think he's carrying his weight, it all looks bad on you. The whole show looks bad. So you have to keep it going. So you need to know your role, okay? But you also want to have fun. So be real and have fun at what you're doing. Now, I was replaced at a major snowboarding event that I was doing for a couple of years, and I was the TV host for it on ABC television. For 2 years in a row, I got to do this great event. Good pay, super fun, great snowboarding event, been going on for many years. So I go out to do the snowboarding event, I do a great job on it for 2 years straight. The production company that hired me, well, they got fired, and they're the ones who reached out and hired me. So a new production company came in, and I was replaced. Not because I wasn't performing the job up to standard, but it was a new production company who brings in their own sets of announcers. The problem is, they have fixed it since then, but they brought in two sport announcers who seemed like they would fight over who was going to call the tricks. So it was like hiring two color hosts to work together. It didn't have a flow. Obviously, they didn't know their role. And so the first couple of years that I was replaced from this major event, you saw this and it was like, this is horrible. It was a train wreck to see them talking over each other. Nobody knew who they were. So always figure it out. So I'll sit down with my fellow announcer and I'll say to them, like, all right, here's my role. Here's what I'm going to do during the show. Here's what you should be responsible for. And here's how we can work together on this, this, and that. Do the same with the DJ. Do the same with the director. Just talk with everyone, know your role, know how it fits in, all right? That is so important when it comes down to knowing your role. So speaking techniques, part 2, delivery. Know where you're going, know how to close it out. Hey, when you're coming into the event, lead in. Talk about what's coming up. When you're getting out, tease out. Talk about what's coming up next. Know your event. Come on, people. Don't make me look bad, man. Know the proper name of the event, please. Social media. Find it all. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I don't care. Get all of it. Snapchat, know it all. And not only do you know your event, know your role, okay? Have an idea of your entire role. How does it fit in? Have fun, all right? So that's what it's all about. Speaking techniques, part 2. I'm Brad J, and that's Tame Your Talent.